Tonight on the Evening News.
The hottest ticket in town. It's no ordinary home opener. It's hockey night in Winnipeg for the first time in 15 years. Plus, commemorating the comeback with a coin. How to get your hands on one. And in sports, it's the game Manitobans have been waiting for. Early highlights between the Jets and Canadians.
From the Global Winnipeg Studios, the Evening News with Brenna Rose.
The NHL is officially back in Winnipeg. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. It's the night hockey fans have been waiting for a very long time. After a 15-year absence, the Winnipeg Jets took to the ice for their regular season home opener against the Montreal Canadiens. Now, all week, our city has been celebrating in anticipation of today and is showing no sign of letting up. Now, Global's Tamara Furlansky is live at the MTS Center. Tamara, what's the atmosphere like?
Go, Jets, go! Go, Jets, go!
Well, Brenna, even I'm caught up in the excitement. Random chants, like you just heard, are breaking out all down Portage Avenue, and they have been all day long because, of course, the Jets are taking on the Canadiens right inside that building right now, and it's been a game years in the making.
Let's go! Go, Jets, go!
Talk about a homecoming.
So, hold on.
Everyone from makeshift superheroes to Her Majesty turned out today for the Jets home opener, the first in 15 years.
It's not a Jets game unless Liz is watching.
Dan Edwards doesn't even have a ticket, but came all the way from Calgary to experience the excitement firsthand.
It's easy to jump in. How can you miss it? This is history. History. Modern-day history.
It's a day the Prime Minister wouldn't miss. He's here to take in the game, but not before unveiling special Jets coins. And the hockey hysteria knows no borders.
Goes all the way to Mark Chipman. He's a University of North Dakota grad. Well, we're UND grads, so it's nice to see one of our own to be successful here in Winnipeg and do something great for the city.
And as for that man that made it all happen, well, he's speechless.
But yeah, I have a tough time articulating or describing how everybody's feeling, how I'm feeling. It's just a combination of a number of emotions.
Nervousness is just one of those emotions, as this is a game that matters.
And this is a big deal, and we know that. But once the puck drops, it's a game that counts in the standings, and I know the players are aware of that.
Barkley next. I was at the last Jets game, so it's only fitting that I'm here when they come back.
Now, as for that guy, I'm not quite sure if he was able to get tickets to go inside, but the 15,000 people that were inside earlier when I was speaking with them, they were just beaming with pride. And of course, the party, well, doesn't end with this game. It continues on later at the social that's going on at the convention center. But if you're asking me just how the game's going in there, I'm going to leave that up to the experts. Mitch will be in later with sports and your complete Jets highlights. Brenna?
Thanks, Tamara. That's Global's Tamara Furlansky reporting for us tonight live outside of the MTS Center. Now, if you're celebrating in the downtown tonight, be prepared to be patient for a ride home. There'll be no additional bus routes or taxis. And if you're looking to snag your very own Jets commemorative coin, the 50-cent piece is now available at the Royal Canadian Mint's boutique in Ottawa and as well in Winnipeg. The $20 coin can be pre-ordered through the Canadian Mint's website at mint.ca. Winnipeg police are ramping up enforcement in the downtown core in light of celebrations. Officers say they have been anticipating this day for some time. They'll be out making sure everyone stays safe. A local firefighter winning the chance to sit in the stands because of his contribution to the community. It's part of Lay's Hometown Hero Contest. Every home game, 2 tickets will be given away. Murray Jones walked away with a pair today. Jones's daughter Brittany nominated her dad for his 29 years as a firefighter. The giveaway is open to anyone in Manitoba.
It's better than the Grey Cup or the Stanley Cup or anything like that. The first Jets game, fantastic to win.
Unbelievable. Just, I'm like shaking. I can't even speak. And to go with my dad and stuff is just awesome because he used to watch the games with his dad, go with his dad.
While the players hit the ice, the Jets' wives were outside the arena looking to help another hockey team. Love for Locomotive is a fundraising effort helping to support the grieving families of Team Locomotives. On September 7th, 44 members of the team lost their lives in a plane crash in Russia. The wives of Jets players, along with the community and volunteers, will be selling pucks all signed by the Winnipeg Jets for $40. They'll also be selling bracelets, with all the funds going towards the cause.
If one hockey team falls, the other one needs to be there to help them pick it up. It's a whole thing. It's a community atmosphere being on a hockey team. That's all it is about.
"15 years, 5 months, and 12 days ago, the province of Manitoba suffered one of the harshest breakups ever. The Winnipeg Jets were pried from the frozen Canadian prairie and placed down south in the sweltering Arizona desert. But on May 31st of this year, the NHL dialed back to the 204, and today, after more than a decade of waiting and wishing, Manitoba hockey fans are reunited with their original love. More than 15,000 strong, including NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and Prime Minister Stephen Harper, packing the MTS Center for the reborn Jets' season and home opener against the Canadiens. And the game starting on an emotional note as the Jets pay tribute to teammate and former Manitoba Moose Rick Rippon, who died this past August. Montreal, meanwhile, is looking to avoid an 0-2 start to the season, but it's Winnipeg laying the pressure in the early goings. Blake Wheeler from a tight angle records the first shot in the Jets edition 2.0 history. Winnipeg's 2011 first-round draft pick Mark Scheifele suiting up for his first NHL career game, and he comes close to his first career point as he feeds Tanner Glass cross ice. The Glass fans on the shot. Not long after, the Habs silenced the crowd as Mike Camilleri thanks Johnny Oduya for the giveaway by lighting the lamp for his first of the season. Montreal takes a 1-0 lead a little more than 3 minutes in. The blemish, though, doesn't phase the Jets as they come out right back. But Jim Slater loses the centering pass and escapes. Winnipeg also testing the body in the first. Evander Kane roughs up Yaroslav Spacek, sending him to the dressing room. Less than 7 minutes in now, Montreal nearly burns Winnipeg once again off a giveaway, but Pavlik bails out the Jets by making a huge save. Habs now in a power play thanks to a Slater holding minor and nearly go up 2-0, but Brian Gionta can't quite tap it in. Montreal at one point will lead the Jets 6-1 in the shot department. Pavlik breaking a sweat to keep his teams in it. The Jets, though, finally shake off the nerves and start connecting shot-wise. Dustin Byfuglien hits Nick Antropov with the Butte pass. But Carey Price whips out the trapper to keep his donut fresh. Winnipeg would outshoot Montreal 8-7 after 20. Some scary moments late in the frame as Yannick Weber accidentally slices Camilleri's left knee. The Montreal forward is quickly carried off the ice for treatment. It will be done for the day. Winnipeg would strike the second with a 2-man advantage. Big Buff rifles one from the point. Brian Little there for the rebound, but fails to bury the biscuit. The rules would later be reversed. Montreal now on the power play, but don't tell that to the Jets. Blake Wheeler gobbles the botched pass and takes off. Wheeler, though, is unable to get it past Price as he's tangled up right at the last second. The Canadians are sent to the sin bin for spoiling the chance. During that 4-on-4, Byfuglien does a little shuffling as he takes 2 good whacks at it. Price, though, pockets both shots. Kane then forces Price to pull off one of his best saves of the night so far as he snaps a shot right off the draw. Then how about a little monkey see, monkey do? Pavlik responds with a Butte save of his own as he tracks Yannick Weber's shot the entire way. The Jets tender isn't so lucky in the back half of these stanzas. Thomas Plekanec shakes around Oduya and squeaks it past Pavlik just as the Winnipeg power play expires. Plekanec's first of the season gives Montreal little insurance, 2-love. And that's how it currently stands as the third period gets underway in downtown Winnipeg. We'll have complete game highlights of the Jets' home and season opener tonight during Prime News at 10 o'clock, including post-game comments from coaches and the players. Well, Manitoba AAA.
Welcome back. For those of you not watching the game, we have an updated score.
You bet you. It's still a 2-goal difference between the Montreal Canadiens and Winnipeg Jets, but the Jets on the board with Nick Antropov scoring the first goal in the reborn team's new franchise history. So good to him. It's a 3-1 with about 11 minutes left to go now.
That's exciting. Hopefully they can win.
Hopefully.
Fingers
Still lots
crossed.
of time.
Yeah. Well, we leave you now with one final look at how fans marked today's momentous occasion.
Tonight on Prime News.
Regardless of the score, the Winnipeg Jets home opener is a win for the city. Cashing in on the Jets, the money marking their return. And in sports, the Jets' historic night is spoiled by the Montreal Canadiens.
From the Global Winnipeg Studios, Prime News with Brenna Rhodes.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. After a 15-year absence, the Winnipeg Jets took to the ice for their regular season home opener against the Montreal Canadiens. Winnipeg Jets fans continue to celebrate their team's return tonight. And as Global's Tamara Furlansky reports, the city is simply buzzing.
Go! Go, Jets, go!
Talk about a homecoming.
So hold on.
Everyone from makeshift superheroes to Her Majesty turned out today for the Jets home opener, the first in 15 years.
It's not a Jets game unless Liz is watching.
Dan Edwards doesn't even have a ticket, but came all the way from Calgary to experience the excitement firsthand.
It's easy to jump it. How can you miss it? This is history. History. Modern day history right there.
It's a day the Prime Minister wouldn't miss. He's here to take in the game, but not before unveiling special Jets coins. And the hockey hysteria knows no borders.
Goes all the way to Mark Chipman. He's a University of North Dakota grad. Well, we're UND grads, so it's nice to see one of our own to be successful here in Winnipeg and do something great for the city.
And as for that man that made it all happen, well, he's speechless.
But yeah, I have a tough time articulating or describing how everybody's feeling, how I'm feeling. It's just a combination of a number of emotions.
Nervousness is just one of those emotions, as this is a game that matters.
And this is a big deal, and we know that. But once the puck drops, it's a game that counts in the standings, and I know the players are aware of that.
And that puck drop will also heal 15-year-old wounds.
Barclay next. I was at the last Jets game, so it's only fitting that I'm here when they come back.
It's a game even former Jets had a hard time getting into.
I was begging for a ticket to get in this building. Are you kidding me? And I'm really happy to be going in and seeing it and being part of it.
Those not lucky enough to be inside the arena have flooded sports bars, the Forks, even Portage in Maine to catch the action. But for some, that wasn't good enough.
I'm buying if you're selling.
And while the game may be a reunion for many, for others, it's their first flight with the Jets. Tamara Furlansky, Global News.
15 years, 5 months, and 12 days ago, Manitoba suffered one of the harshest breakups ever. Today, after more than a decade of waiting and wishing, hockey fans in the 204 were reunited with their original love. But due to a little sloppy play, Winnipeg was instead shown that their reborn Jets are in fact the same old Atlanta Thrasher. The 15,000 strong, including NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and Prime Minister Stephen Harper, packing the MTS Center for the reborn Jets season and home opener against the Canadiens. The game starting on an emotional note as the Jets paid tribute to teammate and former Manitoba Moose Rick Rippon, who died this past August. Montreal, meanwhile, is looking to avoid an 0-2 start to the season, but it's Winnipeg laying the pressure in the early goings. Blake Wheeler from a tight angle records the first shot for the Jets edition 2.0. Winnipeg's 2011 first-round draft pick Mark Scheifele suiting up for his first career NHL regular season game and comes close to his first career point as he feeds Tanner Glass cross ice. The Glass fans on the shot. Not long after, the Habs silence the crowd as Mike Camilleri thanks Johnny Oduya for the giveaway by lighting the lamp for his first of the season. Montreal takes a 1-0 lead a little more than 3 minutes in. The blemish, though, doesn't phase the Jets as they come right back. But Jim Slater loses the centering pass and escapes. Winnipeg also testing the body in the first of Vander Kane, roughs up Jaroslav Spacek, sending him to the dressing room. Less than 7 minutes in now, Montreal nearly burns Winnipeg once again off a giveaway. But Pavlik bails out the Jets by making the huge save. Habs on a power play thanks to a Slater holding minor, nearly go up 2-0, but Brian Gionta can't quite tap it in. Montreal 1 point would lead the Jets 6-1 in the shot department. Pavlik breaking a sweat to keep his team in it. The Jets, though, finally shake off the nerves and start to connect. Dustin Byfuglien hits Nick Antropov with a beaut pass, but Carey Price whips out the trapper to keep his donut fresh. Winnipeg would outshoot Montreal 8-7 after 20. Some scary moments late in the frame as Yannick Weber accidentally slices Camilleri's left knee. Montreal forward in serious trouble as he's quickly carried off the ice and taken to hospital. He would be done for the day. Winnipeg would start the second with a 2-man advantage. Big Buff rifles one from the point. Brian Little there for the rebound, but fails to bury the biscuit. The rules would later be reversed. Montreal now in the power play, but don't tell that to the Jets. Blake Wheeler gobbles the botched pass and takes off. Wheeler, though, is unable to get it past Price as he's tangled up right at the last second. The Canadians are giving a minor for spoiling the opportunity. And during that 4-on-4, Byfuglien does a little shuffling as he takes 2 good whacks at it. Price, though, pockets both shots. Kane then forces Price to pull off one of his best saves of the night as he snaps this shot right off the draw. Then how about a little monkey see, monkey do? Pavlik responds with a beaut save of his own as he tracks Yannick Weber's shot the entire way. The Jets tender isn't so lucky in the back half of the stanza. Thomas Buchanan shakes around Oduya and squeaks it past Pavlik just as the Winnipeg power play expires. Buchanan, first of the season, gives Montreal little insurance. There's 2 love halves at the end of the second. Third period, less than 2 minutes in. It's a moment Jets fans have been waiting for.
Hovering around the net, so is Antropov, who just got pitchforked down. The shot gets through. Balls, and Antropov scores!
Nick Antropov pokes in the backhand and scratch the first goal for the reborn Winnipeg Jets. The club's first Gino since Norm McIver's marker back in 1996. Winnipeg cuts Montreal's lead to 1. And the Canadians rain on that parade quickly as Yannick Weber sizzles the one-timer past Pavlik on a power play. Montreal restores their 2-goal cushion, and they weren't done there. Travis Moen splits Winnipeg's defense mid-frame, breaks away, and sweeps it 5-0. Now a 4-1 Canadiens game. 2 minutes later, Max Pacioretty makes it a 4-goal difference with the perfectly placed wrister. 5-1 Montreal. The Jets would give it one last kick in the final moments. Price turns aside Kyle Wellwood's point-blank shot, ending any hope for a fairy tale comeback in downtown Winnipeg. 5-1 the finals. The Habs use a commanding 3-goal third to notch their first win of the season. The Jets will look to bounce back Thursday night as they kick off a 2-game road trip in Chicago. With more from tonight's game, here's Global's Joe Piscucci.
Mitch, a lot of energy, a lot of emotion to start the game from the fans, and the players would hope to draw on that energy and emotion. Well, it just didn't seem to work out that way.
Well, I mean, we were just sloppy, I think was the best way to describe it. You know, it seemed like the puck, you know, we had our stick. We're jumpy. We're making, you know, safe, solid plays. We're trying to do too much, and against a team like that with you know, skilled forwards, they can make you pay.
And we were so excited for this moment, and but didn't go that way we wanted, and it's a sad, but it's only one game.
We've been waiting for this day for last 3 months. You know, everybody was winding up. You know, gets closer and closer, and I guess we just kind of, I mean, we didn't come out flat-footed, but we didn't come out as a first game.
We gave up some free pizzas in the middle of the ice, you know, and the first one was a free pizza that we gave up, and that's exactly what good players do. Turnovers result in goals. And good players get one chance, and that from the back of your net.
Surprisingly, Evander Kane with just 10 minutes and 34 seconds of ice time in this game. And afterwards, that was a subject that head coach Claude Noel really didn't want to talk about.
I know you guys well enough to know that you'll figure that out as we go along because you've done it in the past, so I'll just hold back on that.
Dustin, with all the hype around this game, it'll be good to get out on the road with the guys and sort of just get some games away from all of this.
Absolutely. Anytime you can get your team on the road right away, it's you build chemistry a little faster, and hopefully we come together pretty quick.
You know, I think they're disappointed. I'm disappointed, you know, and I said this before this game is I'm not going to measure this game by the score.
In the end, while the 5-1 loss to the Montreal Canadiens is disappointing, not many of the fans who left the MTS Centre felt that way. They were certainly happy that the NHL and their Jets are back. At the MTS Centre, Joe Pascucci, Global Sports.
The puck drops and the Jets take off. The NHL has returned to Winnipeg. CBC Weekend News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Sean Reynolds. It wasn't the ending everyone was hoping for, but despite tonight's loss to the Montreal Canadiens, it's obvious Winnipeg's love affair with its new NHL team has a long honeymoon ahead.
Go Jets, go! Go Jets, go!
The party started early. Seriously, when was the last time you waited a half hour to get into a bar in Winnipeg on a Sunday at 11 a.m.? But what's 30 minutes when you've waited 15 years for this day?
I feel like the same little kid there. Joy, happy.
Across the street, another lineup at the Jets store. You got to dress the part when you're about to witness history. So the arrival of the pre-ordered jerseys are just in time.
It's going to be one of those experiences you're never going to forget.
Thoring drove 4 hours for this game from his home in Saskatchewan, and he'll do it again and again. After all, he's a season ticket holder, not the only out-of-towner in that position.
It's good to have the Jets back in Winnipeg and be only 2 hours away from NHL hockey.
No one wanted to miss the game, not even the Queen. She made the trip from 1996, the last time she was seen at a Jets game. By its nature, sports comes with its fair share of machismo. There was some of that today, but it was clear today's tone was a little softer. Emotions were on display.
There'll be some tears shed when those guys hit the ice. After 15 long years, this whole city's going to be crying in every living room around town, I think.
I'm getting choked up already. I hope I can cry like a man, not like a baby.
Tears and cheers. Look at this. Just minutes before they opened the doors to the MTS Centre. A sea of emotion that left even Jets royalty in awe and turned the legendary Dale Hawerchuk from a super Jet to a super fan.
Like I said, it tugs on your heart because you can see how the passion is here. It's definitely a part of the NHL.
The Jets lost to the Canadiens 5-1.
Best day ever. Best day ever.
Why?
Because we got married and we're going for another W with the win at the Jets game.
All right.
Today is extra special for Rachel Burkowski and Gabe Wu. As you can see, they got married. And talk about committed Jets fans. Rachel and Gabe rearranged their entire wedding day to fit around the Jets home opener. They left the ceremony and headed straight for the MTS Centre for the game. Rachel was still in her wedding dress.